and really just took the life out of him.
He's perfect from the line this time. Jazz trail by 16. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right, Marvin Hill. I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Here's Blake. 1:02 left to play here in the first. Now the feed to Morris. Dishes to Blake. Drills the baseline jumper. Blake's got 6.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second chance buckets.
Exum kicks to Mitchell. 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Withy. Makes it off the glass. Withy's got his second bucket of the night.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Johnson with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. Meeks can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The three. And count it. Three-pointer good on the shot from Mitchell. Mitchell scores his first basket here in the NBA, the beginning to hopefully a long and prosperous career. Shot is off. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. The Pistons on top. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you? Here's Blake.
And Jody Meeks last season, coming off the best effort of his career the year before, signed a big contract with the Pistons. They thought he'd be their designated three-point shooter. Instead, he missed the first 22 games with a back injury and just never really got in sync.
We've got Jody Meeks. Johnson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Blake in at the point guard. That's the group for Detroit right now. Johnson outside. Outside, Meeks. No good. So Utah will take it the other way. Well, for Jody Meeks, we're just talking about with Greg last year, Clark. He did have a game where he rained 9 three-pointers on Orlando, just one short of the Pistons' all-time record.
Well, it's all about rhythm for him. I tell you where he finally found some rhythm last month of the season. I mean, he shot 57% from the field and 44% from behind the arc.
He feeds it to Blake. The pass to Meeks. The tray. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. Meeks got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jazz trail by 21. Takes a shot at the elbow, and the shot is long. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to Atlanta.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 11 feet away. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 5 now.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Up top, Meeks. His last outing, 16 points for him. Passes to Johnson. Feeds to Meeks. On the wing, Johnson. The three from Morris. Another three for Detroit. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half.
Okay, listen. Let's just put that first half behind us as quickly as possible. Here's what I took away from it. On offense, we haven't had the balance we need between the perimeter and the low post. Too much of our scoring is coming from outside. Let's fix that in the second half and work the ball inside more. And boy, have we had some quick hands on defense. Stay aggressive. Keep going for steals because so far it's been working. We've been tormenting them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the fellas. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight.
Checking out the game.
Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. For Utah, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Taking a look at the Jazz. Mitchell in a 2-guard. Favors is out there with Trevor Booker. And it's Ingles in at the 3 slot. Here's Mitchell. It's hauled in by Harris. And, well, Detroit shooting straight 49% from the field. Jackson dishes to Harris. Pass to Caldwell Pope. No good with the triple.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Mitchell. That misses off the backboard.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense. Active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
And here's Morris for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And it's the Jazz's ball. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And now the Pistons, fast break. Finish off the break. Great game for him, double-double now. 10 points and 10 assists. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Pistons.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
On the wing, Harris. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And they will call over the back on the play.
And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending. And that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end.
Withey's checked in for the Jazz. Kicks it to Blake. They set the pick. The dish to Morris. From 13 feet, it goes down. Morris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
And it's Mitchell missing.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep, though.
Morris.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year, eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip. What a performance. Just look at the game for Morris. 16 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him.